Well, Nintendo did it. They announced a Nintendo Direct. And I am too sick to scream at the top of my lungs for excitement. And also, I'm a little annoyed because I'm not getting enough time to prepare. So, thanks, Nintendo. Now, don't get me wrong. I was saying that there would be a Nintendo Direct this week because of the fact that Nintendo has been, over the past several years, giving us Nintendo Directs in February. So I want to give you some of my predictions for the Nintendo Direct, despite the fact that I really did not get the chance to prepare for this, and this video is going to be a mess, just like my voice. So one of the first things that we really need to talk about with the Nintendo Direct is that there are things we already have scheduled on the slate for the year that we know about, but we may not have enough information. And one of those is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We are absolutely, in this Direct, going to get a blowout. Nintendo is going to spend quite a bit of the time on the Direct on Tears of the Kingdom. I guarantee it because it's just too close. We're talking about May, and we barely know anything about the game. We know that much, and they're going to blow it out. They're just going to blow out everything. They're going to shoot everything into the stratosphere and give us all the goodness on Tears of the Kingdom. It's a given. There's just no two ways around it. Another thing they're going to talk about is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. That game is coming out this month, and there's going to be a little bit of things they're going to drop on us, things that are just going to tie up the package with a nice little bow on it, and just really give us that final, here's this game, play it, we know you want to. Except for the people that played it the first time that realized that the game was kind of and are kind of like hoping that there's something substantial here to grab onto, which might be me. Yes, I'm getting it, but I played the original, so I'm really hoping there's something else there that I can grab hold of, because I love Kirby, but some of the Kirby games are just too easy. Now, another game that we know about is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. I know for a fact we are getting that in this Direct. We're getting a release date because Nintendo has this thing they're sitting on. And you, as a business, do not sit on something that can make money for just reasons, okay? You have to get this thing out there. It's completed. Now, there was a rumor about there being DLC for this, and I could see Nintendo packaging the DLC in the game, but I really doubt it, honestly. I really doubt it. I think Nintendo just wants to push this thing out gently into the world and say, here you go, buy and play the game, and then not say anything else more about it because the world situation, because the circumstances in the world just are not conducive to this thing really being out there. But I want it so bad, because it was announced, delayed, and then that just didn't happen, And it's time for that game to come out, and it's going to be in this Direct. We're going to get a release date. I don't have a clue when it's coming out because Nintendo, they've got it ready, but they need a little bit of time to prepare shipping it out to people. So at the minimum, that's 2 months, and we're in February, so that's April. So could we see it in April? Yes, I think we could. I think we could see it as early as the end of April. I really do. But will it happen? I don't know, because that just seems too fast. But far be it from me to predict everything Nintendo is going to do. Now, another thing we know about is Metroid Prime 4, and I really expect them to finally lift the lid off this thing and give us something. Just something more than a title and a teaser saying Metroid Prime 4, because it's time. It's time for something more. It's time to give us something. It has been too many years to just not have this. And the fact that we're getting Pikmin 4 supposedly this year, which I'll talk about in a minute, but the fact that we're getting Pikmin 4 this year really means to me in some little way, this is probably more speculation than anything else, that this is kind of the year of 4s. Last year was the year of 3s with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Splatoon 3. So this year kind of marks the year of 4s with Pikmin 4 and what I can only hope is Metroid Prime 4. Will we get it this year? I don't know. I really don't. I think that if we do, it's going to be late in the year, probably a November or October release. But do I expect it? I'm just not sure yet, because it really depends on what they show, what they have to put on display for us in the Direct. Going back to Pikmin 4, yes, it got announced last year, but we got zero gameplay, which makes me really wonder what Nintendo was thinking by announcing it and not showing gameplay, because that's the same thing as Metroid Prime 4. The only difference is I really think they have something, they just weren't ready to show it. But I heard a rumor before recording this that there's a game that may be coming sooner than we think. Now, whether that's Advance Wars or Pikmin 4, I'm really starting to think that the earliest we could possibly see Pikmin 4 may be like June, July, but I'm really expecting it to wind up being pushed back into like September, just because I really don't think they're ready to release this game. And they kind of want to anchor it to a holiday season rather than just shoving it out in summer and letting it go. Because there's something else I think we're going to get in this Direct, and it's going to be something that nobody's probably expecting. Now, the thing that I think that nobody is expecting is a Mario baseball game. Yes, it sounds crazy, but we keep getting Mario sports games. And we get a Mario game at least every year. We get a new Mario game in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a party game, whether it's a sports game, whether it's a mainline game, we have gotten a Mario game every year for the Switch because Mario sells. And I really expect another Mario sports game this year. Who's developing it? I don't have a clue. But I think we're going to get a Mario baseball game. And I think that's going to be hitting in the summer. Sometime around June or July when, baseball is at a higher zenith, maybe even August, but I really expect a Mario baseball game for the Switch this year. Do I have anything to go off of that other than what I've already said? No, but I expect it and I could be wrong, so we'll see. It's a prediction video for a reason. I'm allowed to throw crazy things against the wall and see what sticks. Now, I still expect there to be other things, third-party things like Super Bomberman R2. We haven't heard a thing about that since last year, and Mega Man Battle Network was also announced at the same time. So I'm expecting like Super Bomberman R2 to pop up in this Direct for third-party people, especially myself that are looking forward to that. I expect a few other little things to be sprinkled out through there. I really don't expect there to be a lot of DLC or any announcements whatsoever though for like Splatoon 3, just because Splatoon is currently in a season and the next season isn't coming up, and they announced that via Twitter anyways, so I kind of expect Splatoon 3 to just kind of be kept to the side until they're ready for another major announcement. I could be wrong, and I would really hope for them to announce like a new map or something and a new weapon, but you never know. You never know. So, you know what? I'm changing that. I predict Nintendo will put a new map and a new weapon at the very least for Splatoon 3 in this Direct. But there you go. There are my predictions for this Nintendo Direct. If you think I'm right or wrong, or you have predictions of your own, let me know in the comments section down below. While you're there, don't forget to hit that like button as well as subscribe for future content. And don't forget, I stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on the channel. So hitting that notification bell lets you know when those streams are coming up. But as always, don't forget to take a break from life and nerd out. See you next time, everyone.